while back I did a vlog on how Christians are to behave online, and I talked about civility and representing Christ online. I want this to be social media part 2, misrepresentation, fake news, and outright lies. If you go online these days, you're going to see a whole spectrum of posts, and all of them claim to be true, but much of it isn't. Some people posting items will just flat get it wrong, and a lot of times they'll come back later and say, excuse me, I didn't have the whole picture, it was not right. Some folks have a political axe to grind. There is a lot of that, and they will take a fact or a truism and push it straight into misrepresentation. Some folks just want to be in on the know, and they'll hear a rumor and want to pass it on so they can be the first person to hand over something really juicy. Some folks, they want to just sow chaos and lies. They are evil. Some of them are foreign governments that do not appreciate the American commitment to freedom and justice for all, and they want to take this democracy and, in fact, other democracies down. Some folks are just grifters and scammers and are trying to get your money, so beware of them. The big tech giants are doing what they do. Guess what? They're corporations and they're in business to make money. I have no problem with making money. That's great. And they do that by selling ads. Well, how do they sell more ads than the previous year? Well, what they do is get you to have your eyeballs glued to that screen longer, because the more you give attention, the more ads they can run past your eyes. Here's the thing. They have the ability through the cloud, through these masses of computers, to record every click you make online. And they can amass these clicks. One political party said, we have 2,000 data points on every person in our political party, and we can finely tune an advertisement exactly to match the proclivities of the person looking at the ad. A minutely detailed profile on just about all of us. And then they will feed us content that they believe will keep our eyes glued to the screen so that they can sell more ads. In fact, beloved, they want you addicted. They want to keep those eyes glued to the screen. One of the guys that invented and worked on the addictive quality of social media said on a documentary I saw recently, I will pull into my driveway at the end of the workday, and instead of going in and kissing my wife and kids and having family time, I'll sit there in the driveway with my eyes glued to my phone. And he says, I am addicted to the very thing I helped to create. Here's the chilling part. What they pump out may be true or it may be false. They don't care. Whatever gets you to keep looking at that screen is what matters. In fact, false, outrageous items are forwarded, passed along, and shared 7 times more than just the dull truth. It magnifies the fake news content. Now, thank God we're seeing the first attempts by folks like Twitter and Facebook to tag some things that are misrepresented. I really think that's a great thing. God bless them. I think we need more. But for us, God's people, and I'm talking committed biblical Christians, what are we to do? First of all, commit to God that you will walk in the truth. Make a prior commitment to truth before any other allegiance. I mean, truth drives all our relationships, and if we all tell the truth, our relationships, our place in the world will be better. Lies sow chaos and destruction in interpersonal relationships all the way up to the society. So make that commitment. Remember, one of the 10 commandments, thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. Proverbs 6, God hates a lying tongue. Proverbs 12, lying lips are an abomination to me, says the Lord. And then in the Gospel of John, Jesus is having one of his typical fights with all the Pharisees who are dogging him, and he really gets into it in John chapter 8. I'm going to read one verse. He says to these folks, you are of your father the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Beloved, I would submit to you that a Christian is not just supposed to be in league with the devil by telling lies. Two things: the devil kills things and he lies. Both of those are to be avoided by the Christian. Okay, so what do? First of all, test everything you see online. Is it too good to be true? Well, it probably is. And someone, well, you can have this car for $2,000. Just send me a bunch of gift cards. Well, that's too good to be true, and it usually is. If it's too bad to be true, it probably is. Does it elicit a very strong gut level reaction, especially outrage? There's a subgenre of fake news called rage bait. And they'll put lurid stuff out there just to make you go, oh my God, look at this. This is terrible. Well, it probably is not true. Is it hyper partisan? Like all the people in our party are the greatest people in the world, and all the people in the other party are a bunch of knaves, crooks, and scoundrels. Well, that's probably not a proper view of human nature. Folks just actually do have different opinions and form different political alliances based on those. Now, here's the thing that's so seductive. Does what you are reading, does it conform perfectly to your beliefs? Understand that it may be crafted to do exactly to that and be suspicious. Finally, does it take your money? Do they want your money? Take a breath, check it out. If it's anonymous, you just can't trust them. Speaking of anonymous, totally avoid anonymous sources. If you're a person who wants to go online and do something that's no good, the last thing you're going to do is tell them your name and where you are and what you represent. If something is anonymous, that is a giant red flag that what you're reading or seeing probably isn't true. Look for bylines where the authors put their names down, the organization they're working for, and the date that the thing is posted, because that means you're back to the original post. Make sure to get that. Use fact checkers like the International Fact Checking Network or Snopes or PolitiFact. That's a Pulitzer Prize winning site that can be trusted. Annenberg Political Fact Check. Maybe go to 2 or more if you need to. But walk in the truth and make it a point of checking things out. Finally, and this sounds radical, but a lot of the folks who have designed the addictive quality of these sites like Google and Twitter and Facebook and these folks, a lot of the folks who have designed these sites have given up all social media. They don't do it anymore. Their phone's pretty much just a phone. Maybe they have a weather app or something. You may want to do that. Your life will continue without social media. If your kids are wanting to get on social media, gosh, don't give it to them in junior high, because that's hard enough as it is. I hear a lot of folks saying 16 plus is the time you would want to give them a phone. But even then, parents, monitor that phone very closely. In all things, beloved, walk in the grace of God, but also the truth of God, so that we are not adding to the chaos and disunity of this world. There's enough of that. Let's just tell the truth and let the truth dictate what we say and how we behave. Thanks for watching.